Welcome to episode 164 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton, and as always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
We don't have Matt this week.
Nope.
No Matt this week.
Back to the core.
The core duo.
Mm-hmm.
The core duo. I don't have anything else.
Duo of the year, maybe.
Duo of the year.
Could be.
The dynamic duo. I think that's taken.
Yeah.
I think that's Batman and Robin.
But who are they really?
The dynamic duo.
Yeah, but I mean, we are on that level.
Sure. And maybe in like, if you boil it down to our aspect of things, like as far as the podcasting world, yeah, we can be that dynamic duo. As far as the crime fighting world, probably not so much.
I mean, we could be fighting crime. We're just real bad at it.
Oh, I could not be fighting crime. I could be committing crime.
Are you closer to being a criminal than a hero?
I feel like I sit firmly in the middle, and I don't feel the need to push one way or the other.
But one event could send it spiraling out of control either way.
Exactly, so that's why I need to be careful.
Right, I get it. I understand. I understand.
It's a fine line that needs to be traveled.
It always is.
So what'd you get into this week? I worked and played some video games. That's it.
It was very similar to my week. Did a little more Unravel, trying to grab some of those trophies. Still farming, still feeding the country in Farming Simulator 16 for the Vita. I got a new game for Vita.
What'd you get?
What's that? I got Taco Master.
I was gonna get it.
Yeah, it's like $1.49 on sale. It's very simple. The orders come in, you make the tacos.
Mm-hmm.
You get an order and it might want peppers, it might want some guac on that, and another one might want meat by itself, and those all might be in one order. So you just have to pay attention to what's there. You have to process orders quick enough, or the customers leave, and that order's gone.
Right.
Very simple, very fun touch game. I mean, it probably is an app. It should be on phones. It's that kind of game.
Yeah.
There's not much to it, but I've already had $1.50's worth of fun. Because I probably got 3 hours into it.
That makes it totally, completely worth it.
Yep. And then just a shit ton more of Rocket League.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some news for Rocket League, though.
We do have some big news for Rocket League.
Do you want to talk about it now, or you want to wait?
No, let's get it out there.
The Rocket League is getting the Batman versus Superman pack.
So sweet. You get the Batmobile. You get 3 antennas. Wonder Woman. I believe it's Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman.
I believe that to be correct.
Antennas. The Batmobile looks badass. You're also getting a free, looks like a free map.
Yeah, arena, I believe there is. Because I think they said up front they would never charge for the arenas.
Right.
But it does look like there's one to correspond with the Batman.
And it looks like it takes place in like Gotham City, but it's up on a roof.
Yeah.
I think is what I saw. So
I just saw bats flying around everywhere.
There was bats everywhere. There was a bat signal at one point, which
when you score a goal.
One.
Yeah, it blew up and it into the bat signal when you scored too.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited for that. It's going to be $1.99, which to me is completely affordable and good price point.
I was going to say hats off to Psyonix for not getting greedy right now, because it's in so many hands they could easily come out and say, well, because it's Batman content, we're going to need $6 for this.
Right, or $4.99, and
right,
they would make a shit ton more money.
Yeah, and everybody would still buy it, you're right. Yep. But the idea that they came out, they stayed with their price model, as the same price model for, your Back to the Future, your DeLorean.
Yep.
I just, hats off to them for taking care of the people who made them where they're at right now.
And that is March 8th, I believe?
Yes, right around the corner. And if you play Rocket League, when you pull the game up, you can actually see it. If not, there's videos all over the interwebs.
Yep.
But yeah, you should... If you're not already playing Rocket League, now's a good time to jump in and get into the old Batmobile. Batmobile looks great.
It does look really sweet. I'm a little worried about how it's going to control, though, because I'm not sure about those fenders up front.
Yeah, it'll probably control like crap, but it doesn't matter.
No, it looks badass.
It looks badass. Sometimes that's all it's about. So what did you get into this week?
I also played a shit ton of Rocket League.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no reason to say more about it. We talk about it every week. We have for the last 7 months. We talked about it last week. I finally got a code for the Smite beta. So, Matt, I guess you can have Ryan's now, you piece of shit. You thieving bastard. But so I plugged that in, and I gave that a shot. Played a little bit of that. Yeah, I can see us getting into it, playing it, and getting out of it.
Yeah, the thing with Smite is there's a. So you're right. We can all jump in, we can play, we can have fun, but at a certain point, it does become like Rocket League, where you need to either commit time to it or you need to use it casually.
Yep.
Because you will get destroyed by people as they get comfortable and develop strategies.
Exactly. And the last thing I played was I picked up my Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
I'm super jealous of that.
Why did you pick yours up yet?
Because I'm broke.
Oh, well,
mostly.
That'll do it.
See, you're playing brand new retail. I'm playing Taco Master. You understand?
Right, I got you.
Where I'm at financially.
It happens. I understand.
Right.
There's another payday right around the corner.
Right.
And then you can pick it up. And I'm. Didn't you pick up a new game this week?
No.
You didn't?
If I did, I already forgot what it is.
I thought you got it for free.
Oh, yeah. It's not here yet, so I don't, finally got Destiny. And I know what everybody's thinking. Why? Tell you why, because Dan sent me a link and the game's actually free. Sale's already ended by the time you hear this podcast. But it turns out that was the right price for Destiny.
I knew it would be. That's why I sent you the link, bro.
You know what else? I got that activity tracker too.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't even need that because I don't do activity, but it was also free. And it will hook up to my work phone because it'll hook up to any Samsung. But I wasn't going to get it, but I was like, I can wait for my $20 because it's a $1 million rebate. I can wait for my $20 and be fine.
Right.
So I'm probably going to Christmas gift that thing, or who knows, I might put it on my fat ass wrist.
I figured you wouldn't turn it down at that price point. I had your back. As soon as I saw it, I was like, you know what, this is perfect. This is Ryan.
Right.
This will get him a chance to get into it. At least now it'll be worth it to try it. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm making money the first time I play that game.
Right. And you won't be forced to get so many dollars worth of enjoyment out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You can, because there's no investment, literally. So, yep, I had your back. As soon as I saw it, I thought of you. Shot it out to you.
I figure if I play it and I like it, I can definitely see me paying for the DLC now.
Right.
Because I don't have any money in the game. And shout out to Newegg for just wanting to give those bastards away.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of confusing when you ring out, though.
Because you got to enter the code?
The code discounts the game, but then you still have to do a mail-in when you get it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird because in my mind I was thinking it should discount it to free, but it doesn't because it's a mail-in.
Right.
But it does discount it from what it's priced. And there's actually two different. If you don't click on the one in the link that you sent me and you just search Destiny, that code won't actually apply to it.
Right. That's why I sent the link.
Because I added the activity tracker and then just searched for Destiny and tried to do it that way. And then realized my problem. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm excited to try it whenever it comes in.
I'm excited. I was excited when I saw it.
I'm gonna hate it.
Yay! Probably.
but I am gonna play it.
There may be you may enjoy it a little bit. It is very much, while it's an FPS, it is a little more. I want to say, action-y than like Call of Duty or one of those. So you may get a little bit of enjoyment out of it.
And who knows? Maybe it pulls you back into Destiny.
It might. I'll after you do the tutorial, we can jump in and do some shit. I'll run through and help you level up and run some bounties together.
I don't know what any of that means, but sure.
You will. That's why I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. That's why I got your back.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I forgot I already picked that up. That's how much I think about Destiny. I already forgot. I bought it yesterday and I already forgot. I think it's because it's not here. That's the problem.
You don't have it yet, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Yeah, but that's very cool. I actually sent that to 2 other people who did not buy it.
Oh, really?
So I appreciate them not spending the money, the $0. It ends up being, I think, 15 or 10 or something like that, and then they mail you the rebate for that.
Yeah. It's 15, and then you get a rebate.
Yeah, so I guess if you can't float the 15 out there, because mail-in rebates always take 2 months to get your money back. So if you don't have that time, I do understand. But I was excited to get it.
I almost wanted to buy it just to get it for free.
That's why I have an activity tracker on its way. Like it's free. It's silly for me not to get this for free. I love America.
Me too. It's a fun place.
It is. So is that all you played, Rocket League? So what do you think of Plants vs. Zombies?
I really, really like it.
Okay.
It's like the first one, only on roids and amped up to 11. There's so much more to do. In a certain sense, it's almost overwhelming. But what I like about the multiplayer in it is a lot of fun, and it's very much in the league of Rocket League as opposed to Call of Duty or one of those. Because no matter what happens, you're still having fun. And I don't know about you, but if I play Call of Duty or Halo or one of those PvP multiplayer, I'm not having fun when I play those.
Right.
Rocket League, I have fun. I have fun when I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies because it's fun and it's all the different shit that your weird-ass characters can do. It's a lot of fun. It's got a great single-player aspect to it. Extended stuff to do. I like the Graveyard Ops stuff, which is the Horde mode. Graveyard Ops, Garden Ops, whichever you want to call them, depending on which side you're playing. But that's a lot of fun.
I need to get it. I mean, I enjoyed the first, and I also understand that I need something besides Rocket League to play with you guys because, you know, part of what makes Rocket League great is how much fun we have, but we've become a lot more serious about Rocket League as of late.
We have.
And sometimes that can breed some negativity. So it'd be nice to take a night off and play something else, you know, together. So.
Actually, yeah, there was one night where
Attitudes were flying.
But what was it, 2 nights ago when we played, we all had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think a lot of it has come down to now, because of the seriousness, it comes down to what kind of day we've had.
Well, the other thing is...
It determines our attitude coming in.
The 3 that typically play, we all have jobs that start relatively early some days.
Yep.
And we stay up too late.
Yep.
And sometimes when it's like Thursday, Friday, we're really pissy because we need sleep. But we're still on trying to play.
Yeah.
And the tempers get short because everybody's seepy. So,
it does happen.
That's the struggle right there.
But we always bounce back. Just no animosity.
No. So yeah, I'm going to, at some point, I hope to pick up Plants vs. Zombies sooner rather than later. I want to play it really bad. It's killing me. The other day, like 3 people on my friends list were playing it.
I think it's going to be a good diversion from The Division as well for me.
Yeah.
Once that comes out on the 8th. So
I'm skipping that one. I think Plants vs. Zombies and Uncharted will be the next 2 things I scoop up.
Yeah. I'm picking up Uncharted as well.
Yeah. It looks amazing. So let's jump into some news. This first story is a little old by now, but because of when it came out right after we recorded last week, and I did want to touch on it. The HTC Vive has a release date as well as a release price.
Indeed it does.
So about a week ago now, HTC and Valve announced the cost would be $799 US. When it launches in early April, the company will begin taking pre-orders by the time you listen to this podcast. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Monday? Yeah. So the day this podcast comes out, Monday, February 29th, they will begin taking... Leap Day, if you believe that.
It's a conspiracy created by the Illuminati.
The price tag puts it $200 over the Oculus Rift. A lot of people are shocked by this price. I think a lot of people should not be shocked by this price. VR is expensive.
It is expensive. I just think that puts it out of the casual hands, and I kind of think that's what you need to make it survive.
Not to mention that you need a $1,000 computer to run either one of those.
Right.
Now, one thing we've talked about on this very podcast is the price of PlayStation VR, and we've speculated. There's a very good chance that we were extremely low.
Yeah.
When we, I think I put the 250 mark on there. I think I was living in La La Land, probably, because it's probably going to be closer to $500.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I still hold out hope that PlayStation can be the affordable VR that is still as good as these others and put it in the hands of more people. But,
like I said, I think you kind of need to. I think those price points are automatically setting you up for failure because you just wiped out your casual audience with that.
You don't want to pay $800 to see how, or $1,800 to see how VR is.
Right. I do. I won't, but I do. But I want to. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand why it's that much, but I don't think it's good for that application over time.
Want to say of the Vive, though, it does come with the motion controllers and the room sensor.
Right.
So unlike the Oculus, when you have to add those accessories on the Oculus, you'll probably be the same price by the time you do that. So
right.
Don't just look at the Vive and think that's $200 higher than the Oculus. I'll get an Oculus. Read into them. A lot of people say the screens on the Vive are the best. And the fact that it does come with the controllers, everything you need.
Yeah,
it's very expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Not cheap.
I know this next one you're excited about.
Are you thinking, does that price point put you out of it?
I mean, I was never going to buy the Vive or the Oculus.
Right.
$500 for PlayStation VR does not. But I need them to announce it so that GameStop will begin taking pre-orders on it.
So that you can do the whole...
I can start paying on it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking I might get into that.
Yeah, I've been moving, moving an extra $5 a month, or a paycheck.
Yeah.
Not a paycheck. $5 a week, 4 times a month into savings. Extra than what I normally do to try to pay for PlayStation VR. So, I think I've got like $110 or something in there right now.
I don't know. What do you got to put down, a 10% on it, I think?
So it'll probably be $50.
Yeah.
No matter what they charge for it, it'll probably be $50. But of course, I also have the PS4 pre-ordered too. So
right.
I got to save $megabucks.
I see that. Lucky you.
I don't know about
that. It's just a term.
Right. I understand.
It's just something people say. This next one is pretty solid and probably a bit of a long time coming. Pokemon Sun and Moon confirmed for 3DS coming this year.
It's exciting.
Yeah. The games will be available this holiday on 3DS, Nintendo announced during its 6-minute Pokemon Nintendo Direct briefing. For the first time in franchise history, Sun and Moon will offer traditional and simplified Chinese as language options. It would also come with Pokemon Bank functionality, allowing players to move Pokemon wirelessly from Red, Blue, and Yellow, as well as Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, X and Y, though any of your Pokemon will be able to be moved over to Sun and Moon. And then they said something about the next Pokemon tournament, which... Oh, that'll be the next one that comes out, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I think Sun and Moon are going to be way bigger.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. People have been waiting for this in their Pokemon games for a while.
Yeah, an actual, true, new Pokemon game.
Right.
Pokemon is celebrating 20 years, so I think this announcement makes a lot of sense. I think it'll get the fans jonesing. And by the time this game comes out, the hype will be as big as ever for Pokemon.
More than likely.
Smart move.
It's a very smart move.
Good timing.
Which is not something you see out of Nintendo very often.
Right, heading into E3, they can show you some stuff to get you even more jazzed up. And yeah, I think this is a smart move for them.
Are you going to be picking that up?
Probably. I think Moon.
Yeah?
Ask me why.
Why?
No idea. I looked at the art for both of them, just the
logo,
like? And I was like, yeah, I think I'll get Moon.
Yeah, Pokemon, I won't be picking it up because that was kind of past me. Or I was kind of past that, I guess you could say.
You would love Pokemon.
I would, huh?
Yeah. It's not worth buying a 3DS for, but if you had one, you would love Pokemon.
We shall see.
It's so good for like when you have 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I do love those games.
Yeah. But it's good for like 400 hours at 10 or 15 minutes at a time.
Right. Oh, I forgot. I played more Big Fest this week.
I still got to get that, too. I know the second I buy that game, it's going to go PlayStation Plus. I just feel it in my bones. Fallout 4 is getting official mod support in April. Something we've been waiting for, something that was announced at E3. But it looks like we're finally getting it. PC is going to get the mod support first. It's going to show up in April. Director Todd Howard revealed the information during an interview with Game Informer. He said the mod support will kick off after the first DLC, which we talked about last week. Then he said, quote, we want to give it up on PC and have it work. It'll probably be a good month before it hits Xbox One and another month before it hits PlayStation 4, end quote. They do have the exclusive deal with Microsoft to get some of that DLC early, so you'll see the mod support in the coming months once it lands on PC for your consoles, and I think this is awesome.
Super
I love that they're finding a way to make that work on
consoles,
PS4
is the
and
big
Xbox
deal.
One. Yeah,
it's
huge.
No doubt. I am all for it.
I need something to get me back into Fallout, and I think this DLC might be it.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Now, reminder, if you're listening to this podcast Monday, you have to go buy the DLC or the season pass if you want it at the cheaper price.
Yes.
March 1st, it goes up to $50 from $30. So make a decision, people.
I haven't decided what I'm doing yet.
I think I'm going to buy it, but I'm out of time, so I have to commit or not commit.
That's where I'm at. I'm afraid of that initial commitment because I played Fallout 4 almost to the end. I can't have too much left to go, and yet I'm not getting back into it, even though I know that, and I keep telling myself I need to finish it. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it does have like a live-in Pokemon, like its own little version of Pokemon in it. So
yeah, and I think about the expansions for Fallout 3 and Mothership Zeta.
Yeah.
And the Pit, and I think about how good those expansions were.
Yeah.
And I hate to miss out on that this time around.
That does make sense. Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm doing yet. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Just flip a coin.
I'm too tired to be making these important decisions. I work too much. Then I play games all night. I don't have enough sleep. I'm exhausted. I can't be making these important decisions. I will choose poorly.
What you don't want to do, though, is decide March 1st to get the season pass.
No, I don't want to do that. You're right. So I have what? Today and tomorrow.
Correct.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay. The new Uncharted 4, A Thief's End story trailer, used imagery from an Assassin's Creed 4 art book, according to Ubisoft.
I just want to recap what you just said.
Yep.
The new Uncharted 4 A Thief's End trailer used imagery from Assassin's Creed Black Flag in its trailer. Just everybody wrap your head around that while you continue that story.
It did. Assassin's Creed head of content Azaza Amar pointed this out on Twitter, jokingly saying, I suppose I get the thief title now. Which is awesome.
Right.
It has since been retweeted by the official Assassin's Creed account. Sony has issued a statement on the matter confirming that it made a regrettable mistake. It has since been edited to remove the art. In our eagerness to get the story trailer out, we made a regrettable mistake and didn't thoroughly vet the artwork used for an in-game painting, the Sony representative said. We've already updated the trailer. We hold all artistry in high regard and take full responsibility for allowing this to happen. We want to sincerely apologize to everyone at Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed team, the original artist, and our fans.
I will say, though, Ubisoft seems to be taking it really well.
Yeah.
They joked about the game director for Assassin's Creed 4 said, thanks for paying homage. I mean, they really are making the best of it.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that Naughty Dog realized that it happened. And several of the artists that worked on Black Flag actually moved over.
You're right.
To work on Uncharted for Naughty Dog. So, I mean, it's not even crazy to think maybe it's one of those guys' art and he thought it would be fine.
Right.
We don't know the details, but I thought this was strange. And if you get a chance to look at it, it is very much that art.
Oh, yeah.
They removed the pirate.
Yep, that's it.
And that's it. So, yeah.
That's funny. It's funny.
It is funny. GameSpot's actually got like a little slider where you can like slide back and forth.
Slide back and forth between them, yeah.
I'm like, well, it's fucking identical. That is identical. It's bizarre. I mean, with the Uncharted being the kind of game that it is, it was on a mantle during the trailer while I was talking to Elena.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was like, really focused on. It was just kind of in the background. But it's crazy to think that happened.
That's funny stuff.
It is. That trailer looks.
It looks really good.
Whew,
but it does.
That game.
I mean, it pulls you in wanting to know what's going on, but it doesn't really tell you anything about what's going on.
Right.
So
now I wonder how Matt's going to be. Do you see that swimming, the underwater?
Oh yeah.
I wonder how he's going to do with that because there's got to be a shark.
Oh yeah, there has to be. If you don't have a shark in it, there's no reason to have that game. No reason to have swimming in your game without a shark.
There's going to be a shark. This next story is bizarre.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why you put this on here. This blew my face off.
I put this on here because I kept going back to it, and I'm like, really? Who are they making this for? So Casey Powell, lacrosse. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm assuming that Casey Powell is a master lacrosse player.
I don't know. It seems so. Because Casey Powell lacrosse is coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC soon. You heard me.
Soon.
PC, PS4, and Xbox One for Casey Powell lacrosse. The game will be available on all three platforms on March 9th. The famous lacrosse player announced via Twitter. I don't know who Casey Powell is.
I don't either.
He may be the Wayne Gretzky of lacrosse.
He could be. He could be the Jordan of lacrosse.
Now, I'm interested in this game.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to look nice up there next to rugby on your mantle.
That's what I'm thinking. How good would my obscure sports section be if I updated it with lacrosse? That's why the story's on here.
Madden, don't they have a handball game coming out?
Yeah, I think handball's out, but it's like $60 on the PSN.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't be bothered to cut me a deal on like handball. But in like 2 years, it'll be like 35 cents in one of the flash sales.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is weird to me. Now, I will tell you, if you're a fan of the lacrosse, do some Googling, find this official website, and you can actually sign up, as I did. If you share it and get the most people to sign up, they're going to actually give you a autographed Casey Powell stick. Is that what they call those? Sticks?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's a stick, right?
I'm sure
with a net on the end.
I'm sure it has another, much more technical name.
Let me get this right. Let me pull the email up that they sent me after I signed up.
Maybe it's a stick. Where did you go to do that? CaseyPowellLacrosse.com?
LAXvideogame.com.
LAXvideogame.com.
Just like the airport.
Gotcha.
No, it's a stick.
Okay.
It says, please tell all your friends and teammates. I don't know what the fuck that means. Tell your friends and teammates for a chance to win a stick signed by Casey.
Well.
What teammates? Did I play lacrosse with?
Yeah.
I thought this was a joke when I first saw the post because it seems like an April Fool's joke.
It does kind of, but
no. Then when I went back and looked at their Twitter,
but wait, there's more.
They're posting art.
Yeah, that's gonna look good up on your mantle.
Yeah, it's probably just a digital release though, which is upsetting.
Yeah, probably.
I may have to pass on it because of that.
That's probably why they don't give you a signed copy of the game.
Man, wouldn't that be good though?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? That'd be phenomenal.
Now you'll never play this.
I will not. No. It's not that I'll never pay for it. It's that I'll never pay for it.
So if by some stroke of genius, PlayStation decided to make that free,
I would play it. Yeah. Are you kidding me? That's right up there with, I got to see what this is about. And it doesn't cost me a thing.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to see what it's about, but...
I mean, I think we both know it's about lacrosse, and I think we both know that we don't know anything about lacrosse.
I know very little about lacrosse.
It's like, I know people get killed when they get hit in the head by the baseball.
It's not a baseball.
The rock that they're fucking flinging at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, it was created by American Indians. Native Americans. It's of Native American heritage.
Sure.
It is. I saw a movie about it.
I mean, I don't know.
It is. You know what else? Another movie I saw? McFarlane USA.
Inspirational.
It is inspirational. I love those kinds of movies. I love them.
I watched San Andreas.
How was that?
It's The Rock, being The Rock.
It is The Rock, I know. But is it worth watching?
In the first 5 minutes of the movie, he rips a car door off with his strength. So, yes.
Because that... No, he doesn't, really.
I swear. He's hanging from a rope when he does it.
Are you sure
It's not even as if he set himself and then ripped it off. He's hanging from a helicopter and rips a fucking door off.
That's fucking ridiculous.
He's The Rock. When I look at him, it's not out of the question that he could do that. The guy's a monster.
But it was nowhere near as inspirational as McFarlane USA.
Probably not, because everything fucking is very serious in this movie. It's not McFarlane where, like, you know it's going to end happy.
Right.
This movie, you're like, at the absolute best possible scenario, everything is still super fucked. In San Andreas.
Except he ends up with his family, alive. Aren't they trying to save the daughter?
Trying to save the daughter, but the fucking, like, all of California is fucked regardless.
Yeah, that's fine.
Millions of people dead.
That's not so nice.
Only worried about saving one.
Only worried about saving one. That's right. That's how you make the story personal.
I guess. I guess.
Fuck those other billions of people. We're just worried about this one.
That's what I thought was so funny is I'm like, you know, his job is to save people's lives, but when shit popped off, it's going after his daughter.
Yeah.
Fuck all these other people. Like he was off that day or something. I don't know. That's it for the news.
Just joy riding around in the helo?
Yeah. That doesn't last as long as it should either.
But the helo ride?
Yeah. Casey Powell lacrosse.
Get on up.
March 9th. It's right around the corner, man. It's here.
It is.
What do you think price-wise? Put a price on Casey Powell.
Oh, shit. $39.99 is what it's going to come out at.
I hope not.
It might come out $29.99.
That's forgivable, but still.
It's going to be one of those two.
Yeah, I think 29's right. I think that game probably doesn't get played by anybody. But hats off to making something that you love.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
So now it's time for our newest segment. Gone but not forgotten, where we reach back into our gaming past and we pull out one of the games that we loved and we tell you about it in hopes that you can either watch some YouTube videos of it, maybe someone's twitching it out there somewhere, or maybe you can play it yourself.
That is right, and it is your turn this week.
It is my turn.
Last week I had Kangaroo.
You did have Kangaroo for the
Sun
Atari.
Electronics classic Donkey Kong ripoff.
So this week, it's a game I've talked about on here before, but this category was made for this kind of game.
Naughty Bear.
No, it's already our fault that everybody played Naughty Bear. My pick for Gone But Not Forgotten for this week is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis.
Oh, yes. I should have seen that coming.
I love this game.
Yes, you do.
It's a construction and management simulation video game for PC, Xbox, PlayStation 2, and of course it all revolves around the world of Jurassic Park. It came out in 2003.
That seems right.
By Blue Tongue Entertainment, I believe. Published by like Universal, Konami, and Indie, and just too many people. This game was SimCity with Jurassic Park. Now, since all this, they've done an app that you can play. I think it was Jurassic World themed, where it's kind of similar, but it's not as good as this fucking game was. This game was great because you had to think about everything. You put stuff too close together. You don't put the right fences up. You got T-Rexes biting people's heads off. You got shit going crazy in your park. And because it's a simulation game, you know, you're zoomed out. It doesn't have to look great. So at the time, you know, the game looked awesome. It looked like you had your very own Jurassic Park.
Right.
Because all of the movies are very much like, oh, this failed last time, but it'll be fine this time. That pretty much puts you in the seat to take over and make a brand new park that'll be fine.
Right. And your hubris is going to breed disaster, of course.
Right. And you have to make good decisions and you know, what dinosaurs can go together, what can't. Some dinosaurs attack each other, some don't, what they have to eat. And It's very deep. It's very fun. It's the kind of game you can waste time on, and I think right now if they re-released it and didn't change anything, people would still have fun with. So that is my pick. It's kind of pricey if you have to go back and buy this.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just watch. There's a ton of YouTube videos up. Just kind of watch it, see what it was, and reflect, unless you just want to spend some money. I've seen it as cheap as $20. I've seen it as much as $60. So it's not one I think you necessarily have to pick up, but it's one people should know about because it was a real gem and a treat to be a part of that game.
Jurassic Park. Operation Genesis.
This is Gone But Not Forgotten. If you have a suggestion for us or a title you think we should discuss, hit us up on Twitter at @game_stitch using the hashtag GBNF for Gone But Not Forgotten. You can also let us know, tweeting at us, if you like this segment or if you don't like this segment, because we enjoy doing it and talking about the games that we love from the past.
We do. That's what that whole segment's about.
That's it. It's the only thing it's about.
It's all.
Only thing it's supposed to be about, though.
Boom.
Nailed it.
By the way, just as a disclaimer, Naughty Bear will never be on that list. Will never be on Gone But Not Forgotten.
As a disclaimer, he should say Naughty Bear will never be on that list for him.
You did not love it.
There's something special about Naughty Bear, even though it failed on almost every category.
There is, but you cannot put it on your Gone But Not Forgotten.
Here's what I'll tell you about Naughty Bear. That game fucked me over. It fucked you over. It fucked everyone who shopped at GameStop when we worked there over.
Yeah.
If right now they announced Naughty Bear the way you thought it was going to be when it first came out, I would buy it again.
So would I. No,
That's how I know that there's something special about Naughty Bear. Something about that game. The sales pitch was there. The idea was there. Graphically, it was fine. The fucking execution was terrible. I still played that game.
Oh, I played it too.
I downloaded the free DLC for that game.
I think I did.
I was committed to that game because I felt like we had to play it.
There was, what was the other one too? There was another one that was kind of in the vein of weirdness. Never mind, it's going to be on my Gone But Not Forgotten.
Okay. You know, they made more Naughty Bear too.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because they couldn't stop. Was it like Trouble in Paradise?
Uh-huh, I remember.
And then they had like the one that had the Kill Bill looking front on it.
Yep, that was like the Ultimate Edition. They had all the DLC already on it or something. Yeah, I remember.
Hello, Naughty.
Hello, Naughty.
I still felt good about that game while that part was going on.
Uh-huh, and it wasn't until you actually had to move.
Right, the story was great.
Everything went downhill.
You didn't get invited to a birthday party, and now you're pissed?
Yep. Hello, Naughty.
Everything was
fine. Is that a
fine.
birthday party?
And then you played the game.
Poor Naughty did not get invited to the birthday party.
And it was downhill from there.
For some reason, the narrator talks like Michael Caine.
Maybe it was Michael Caine.
It might have been. But he's got that real deep Cockney accent.
Yeah, maybe...
Oh, yeah, no.
maybe he did some ghostwriting, so they got somebody that sounded similar.
Could be. Could be.
This is a short podcast.
Yes.
We gave you a long one last week. We're going to even it out and give you a short one this week. We could talk about lacrosse for another 20 minutes, but I think you guys understand how we feel about that game.
Every now and then we need to streamline things, especially since last week we went, 2 hours?
Yeah. We'll call it last week was the anti-streamline.
It's too long.
Right.
2 hours was too long.
2 hours, almost too long to do anything, except play Rocket League.
Except play Rocket League.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at PodcastRon. If you want to follow Dan, he's at Tolhurst2002. Tweet us funny things. Tweet us if you want to play some Rocket League, and we'll jump on and beat that ass.
Uh-huh.
Because that's what we do. And having said that, we'll probably lose to anyone who tweets at us.
Probably. We may not. It could happen, though.
We have flashes of brilliance.
The odds are ever in your favor.
We also have complete meltdowns.
We do have meltdowns. Especially when it comes to things in the corner.
Yeah.
We have this bad habit of just figure eighting each other and circling the ball.
I've been playing a lot of one-on-one, and one-on-one makes you really good at that game because mistakes are goals in one-on-one.
Yeah, I finally tried solo.
Yeah.
I played one game ranked. I should not have done that.
So the thing about solo is, like, you have to exploit their mistakes and you have to limit yours, because every mistake is a goal. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how good you are or how good they are. If you fuck up, they're going to capitalize off of it.
Yep.
I've played people. I'm an expert rank. I've played people who are pros who destroyed me. I played a master this morning who I beat 6-1. It just doesn't matter, because it's those mistakes that cost you, and then you get in your own head and you get pissed off and you fall apart. But I like the 1v1. I think it makes me better for playing other things. It very much seems that 2v2 is the most popular thing on there, though.
Yeah.
The playlists are usually double and sometimes triple for 2v2. So, good times, though.
Yeah, 2v2, even 2v2 even seems to be the best mode for, like, a good strategy and a good use of your teammates.
Right.
3, sometimes it seems like that third person can get in there and mess things up.
Yeah, the third person gets in the way because he doesn't know what to do, because
he's yeah, that's what we have to do.
He's kind of there.
That's what we have to. That's our goalie needs to be better about staying in goal, coming out, maybe protecting the rear half of the field. Whoever has the ball needs to obviously be better about controlling that. But I think what we need to work on is whoever that third person is who is off the ball needs to work better at putting himself in a position to capitalize off of whatever the person with the ball is going to do.
We should be playing a midfielder. We should play a goalie, a midfielder, and then a striker. And as that striker either sets up or misses, that midfielder can come in, get the ball back in position, and then roll back to midfield if he can't score.
Right.
And that's where we fall short, is a lot of times we try to – everybody wants to be a hero. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that, but we all want to score the goals because we want to win.
Right.
And sometimes all three of us are together, which means the other team is by themselves.
Scoring goals on us usually.
Bad. That's real bad. We won't bore you with our Rocket League strategies, but hit us up on Twitter if you want to play with us.
Yes.
We end each and every show with a segment we like to call One Final Thing with Uncle Dan. This week is no different.
It is no different, except for the fact that I really don't have a final thing this week.
Do you want to tell them why?
Because of the way my life works. I don't have a final thing because I didn't have a chance to think of a final thing because I haven't had a single final thing all week.
You're working a lot.
That would be why. I'm working 6 days a week. I almost missed it. We were supposed to do the podcast like 3 hours ago. Okay? Mm-hmm. But I fall asleep. And I'm watching alphas. I fall asleep. My wife falls asleep. And next thing I know, I wake up and I see a text. And 2 hours ago, I get a text from Ryan. So, what you think? What time you thinking? What was my answer?
Nothing. Well, no. Eventually,
what was my answer?
Your answer was, fuck, I fell back asleep.
Yes.
With a bunch of U's in the fuck.
Right. Because I was angry. That's what that means.
I was angry. That's what that meant. Because it was, let's see, I'll get the number. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 U's. No, 5.
5 U's.
Yeah, 5 U's. Fuck, yep. I fell back asleep. 1 exclamation mark. So, yeah.
So I was angry. So that's my final thought. My final thing this week is I don't have a final thing because my life is too goddamn busy right now.
Right.
That's my final thing.
Put that in your notebook, people.
That's right.
This has been episode 164 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Thanks for being here. Be sure to rate us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or whatever podcast service you listen to. It helps us out. It helps other people discover this podcast. The bigger of a community we have, the more things we can do together. So support us on there. Rate us, subscribe, like, share, all those things. We appreciate you guys, and we'll be back next week with a regularly scheduled programming. With the regular scheduled program.
Our regular. When did you start that?
I don't know.
That sounds really professional. Good night.